Here's another story. It's been in the news a lot, not lately, been over the last few years, and you'll recognize it when I tell the story. I'm working the 6 to 2 o'clock shift, and now it's like 1:30 in the morning. We get a call. Possible abandoned children. Okay, so it's again. I've talked this before about older people that are missing and children. Those are important calls because neither one of that group of individuals can take care of themselves. Usually, the older people are dementia and Alzheimer's, or physically unable to take care of themselves, and of course, children can't. Okay, they need to be taken care of by their parents. So you kind of rush to those calls because I have children. You can't let that. Even if you don't have children. Okay, so we go to an area that's got an alley. Here's an alley, houses, and then a long strip mall of businesses on this side. I'm trying to lay this out to you. So we come in the alley and we get out of our car, and there's a lady. There's a bunch of wooden fences, and she's third house, second house down. She's there looking over the fence, and we get out, and she goes, psst. And I go, okay. Whenever they go, psst, there's usually something up. I have another story about that. So I go, okay, I go over there. What's going on? And she called. She goes, I called you guys. She goes, I'll talk normal, but she was whispering this. Okay. She goes, that van over there. Okay. I heard children crying like 3 hours ago, and then they stopped crying, and then. And a half an hour ago, they're really crying loud. And I maybe I should have called. I'm not sure. And she's pointing. I go, so what time they start crying? She goes, about 10:30. I go, oh. And we're looking at, it's like 1 o'clock in the morning now. And I go, okay, well, so half an hour ago, they started to cry. Now they're really crying loud, real loud. I go, okay. So set the story now. It's like late August. It's 80 degrees at night. It is hot. It's been hot all day. The pavement's hot. It's hot, even though it's 1 o'clock in the morning. It's hot. So we go, okay, so fine, thank you, ma'am. And so if something happens, we're gonna have to come back and get your name. She goes, that's okay. There's children involved. Blah, blah. Okay, fine. So we call for a supervisor and another unit because we figure something's up here. We might have people in the car. We might have somebody who left kids. We're gonna need some help here. So we walk across. Not a short walk. We just walk across the alley, and there's a van, and right in front of the van is a back door to a bar. Okay, you see what's coming here. Okay. So we get to the van, and we hear crying in the van, and really bad crying, like string crying. And we're trying to look in, and we see two kids in the back, like 2 and 3 years old, and they're strapped to the chairs, and they're screaming, and they're just dripping in sweat. Okay, you can just see they're stressed out. And so I looked at Henry, and I go, we try the doors, and now we're not panicking, but we're gonna get those kids out of there. I don't give a shit whose car it is. Paul, pardon my French. I'm sorry, I said the S word. So we take out a baton. And we smashed that window, okay? Sorry, smashed the window. About that time, my supervisor pulls up. He goes, what's happening? I said, we got these kids in here, look at them. He goes, oh, get that door open. Okay, so now we're all dads and stuff, so we get the door open. We slide the door open, get the kids out. It was hot, so everybody has water, so we're trying to give them water, but not too much, because you don't want to give them an upset stomach. We're soaking them down with water, and they're crying and everything. The 3-year-old can talk, but he's traumatized. He's just kind of like in a daze, okay? So, we didn't have any lady officers in those days. It was all men. Okay, so it's our call. So the babies were given to another couple of officers, and then my partner and I went with the two supervisors into the bar. Okay, and we walk in, and it's a dive bar. I mean, it's like a bar, a regular bar, and then a bunch of tables. We go in there. There's probably 20 people in there. 1:30 in the morning, getting ready to close. So we kind of went, hey, does anybody own this van out here? And the two ladies go, yeah, and they're already hostile because they've been drinking. Yeah, that's our van. I said, yeah, somebody broke the window. So we did that to get them out of the bar because you've learned quickly if you start arresting people in bars, sometimes their fellow patrons might come to their aid. Then you start beating everybody up. Okay, so we gave them a ruse to come outside. So somebody broke the window in your van. Oh my God, it's my van. So now we got them. It's their van. The girlfriend comes with them. There's no denying it's not my car. They'll do that. Okay, so they come outside. And they see all these police officers, okay, and their kids. What are you doing with my kids? They start to go to the kids, and then we just grab her. No, you're not going to your kids. What are you doing? You can't do it. Those are my kids. You broke my. So, yeah, we broke the window. Well, I'll sue you. And they're both just chipping away, right? And I said, so I go, how long have you been in the bar? Maybe an hour. An hour, yeah? Really? An hour? Yeah. You been in there an hour? Yeah, I was going to come out and get him something. Oh, really? An hour. You know what time it is right now? Yeah, it's like 12 o'clock. It's 1:30. And you're sweating, right? She goes, it's hot. It's hot, lady. Okay? Well, what does that mean? I said, it means your kid's been in that van since 9 o'clock. Okay? And they almost died in there. Ah, they didn't die. Well, that's, and then the sergeant just goes, that was the end of that. They put the cuffs on them. They're screaming. And so, we had a witness that they parked at 9 o'clock. And she was monitoring it because she heard the crying about an hour or so later. And then it stopped, and they cried again. Well, they probably, I don't know what the kids happened to. Maybe they passed out. Maybe they slept. This is not a good thing, okay? And they're screaming the whole time. And then, of course, they're chipping away at us. So we're taking your kids, and I'm taking your van. So I impounded the van, and so they weren't happy. And so I'll sue you guys. I'll sue this and that, and they started, get them out of here. Okay, so we took the kids to a home for the weekend or for the several days, and we went to court. They stayed there for a couple of weeks. Went to court, and the court, this is California, decided it wasn't so bad because it wasn't daylight. It was nighttime, even though we testified to the heat and all this stuff. And the woman came in and testified she came in, believe it or not, from the fence lady, gave us the exact time of hours, and this is California, man, okay? They just disregarded it and said, well, we'll just a warning, we'll give you a severe warning. I think a warning should be jail time, but what do I know, okay? We'll give you a warning, don't do it again, well, you're on notice, blah, blah, blah. And right in court, the children were given back to them, okay? And I'm sitting there fuming. I go, this is ridiculous. And then I think, okay, well, I've been on the job like 7 or 8 years now, and this is California, and the people that make the laws and the judges and the attorneys really don't care about the public. They don't. They just do it for their own self-interest, and that was it. So they got their kids back, and we're just shaking our heads, going, well, at least know we did the right thing. We got them out of there. Now, whether the court wants to let them back, that's the court's decision. We're now once you arrest someone, like people don't realize this, once the officers arrest people, it's out of our hands. It's all handled by everybody else. District attorney, city attorney, the judges, the courts. If they want to let people go, that's their business. That's your business. Your juries. You get picked for juries, or you jury duty. Then you can't complain about, look at these judgments. You should be in that room sitting there listening to this stuff and say, no, this is wrong. That children should be held away from those parents. So that kind of mentality lets things like this happen. And so we just kind of like, well, what are you going to do? We go off and work in the next night like as if it never happened, and it's kind of sad. Now, what happened to those kids later on? I have no idea. So the way those women were reacting, I don't think they really gave a crap what we thought. They were just going to grab their kids and do whatever they wanted to do, and that's fine. Anyway, so luckily they weren't dead. That's the nice part about that. So anyway, that's my story, and I hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you next time.